Okay, fellow American citizens, fellow San Diegans, fellow Californians, and fellow La Jollans. My name is Leslie Williams, and I'm in San Diego, California. I am a target victim and activist concerning the crimes of what is known as gang stalking. And I apologize that I'm laughing, but it's just that if you knew what I was putting up with, you'd have to, I think it's very important that we keep up a sense of humor no matter what's going on in our lives, because did you know that actually laughter helps your self-esteem, it helps your stress, it helps you be able to deal with your stress, and so on and so forth. Now, stay with this video because this is a prediction video and it's also being made for a specific reason, and that reason is as follows in part. Now, I'm also tape recording my statements. This tape recorder runs by date and time, so if anything I predict in this video, if it comes true, sorry, don't make my comical posture cause you to turn away from this video, because this is going to be an extremely informative video. So let me get to the subject matter pertaining to why I'm making it. This right here is it's a grab and go bag that I bought off of a survival blog that I was forwarded the link to a survival blog. It's actually how I stumbled across survival gear. Now, I don't own any weapons or anything. The most I own is a pocket knife, and it's not even 3 inches. The point being is this. Now, you can see here this bag. This is the coolest bag. And so, let me just show you the bags and some of the property I got, and then I'll explain to you why I'm making this video. And, as much as I can stay on track and reference, I got to condense a lot of details in 15 minutes. So, alright, so the point being is this. Do you see that spot right there? Right on the other side of my security perimeter. 2 UCSD campus police officers and their skanky little asses came down up in here on August 27, 2014 and gave me a ticket to move. Now, let me also just make another fast statement here, because I already know that these UCSD campus police officers, they know I'm being gang stalked on their campus. They don't give a shit. The only thing they care about is making sure it don't get exposed. Okay? Go to Google and type in, go to Google and YouTube and type the following in. Type in the following way that I describe it. You ready? Gang stalking, space, human trafficking. Okay? And then what you're gonna, when you hit enter, what you will bring up is a YouTube video, at least one, that has the YouTube title, Similarities Between Gang Stalking and Human Trafficking. So, they came down up in here on August 27, 2014 and gave me a ticket to move, and I also got to appear in court this upcoming Wednesday, October 22nd, 2014. Now, you can go to YouTube and you can type in Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Gang Stalking at UCSD. Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Gang Stalking at UCSD Price Center. Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Gang Stalking at UCSD Club Med. Make sure, and you can also Google those 3 descriptions and YouTube them as well. Make sure when you look at the YouTube videos that you look in the description of each YouTube video, because these YouTube videos, most of them, 98% of all my videos have cooperating, supporting material in them that complements the theme and subject matter of the videos, and a lot of my YouTube videos and definitely blogs have also additional copied and pasted evidence and instructions on how to be able to view the evidence in the description of each video and in each blog. And then you will undisputably in your face be able to witness that I was gang stalked all over their campus. Now, the way that I was gang stalked on their campus is the same exact way that I've been gang stalked at this area, which is at least 3.5 miles off of UCSD campus. Now, I was whistleblowing concerning the gang stalking of me on their campus, and since cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking, they knew I was whistleblowing them. In fact, the very day before, I was using their biomedical library computers, and I copied and pasted at least 4 to 5 to maybe even 6 lawyers' addresses and law firms' addresses into Gmail files. Now, since I'm being gang stalked on UCSD campus, including by employees, students, staff, and guests, if cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking, they obviously were able to view that I'm looking up lawyers. Okay, I recently also just started using Twitter on my brand new phone that I bought in April. Case in point being, they see they're being exposed. So is that the reason why they came down here? To evict me? Okay? Tying a target up in the busyness of moving distracts them from being able to be physically attentive to going to lawyers. It distracts them from being it distracts the person from physically preparing to go to lawyers, like to write letters, to synthesize evidence together so the evidence can be brought before the law firm and or lawyer in a comprehensive fashion. Okay? Now, I have read a lot of information online pertaining to how targets of gang stalking are arrested, jailed, put in institutions, psychiatric floors and everything, right as they're on the tail cusp of reaching out to people that could possibly hurt the places and or persons that have been identified to be involved in the gang stalking. Now, why am I showing you my property? Well, let me just finish eating this small piece of bread and then I'll tell you. This right here is a brand new bag. I actually found it in the, do you know how like when you go into Walmart, the camping aisle and the hunting aisle are right next to each other? So I'm driving around Walmart in the electronic disabled cart, and I'm going through every aisle just to see if there's anything that I might need that might assist me in moving and surviving. Now, the homelessness you see me in right now was literally created by because of gang stalking. So you can go to Google and type in gang stalking creating homelessness of targets, research it, and you'll see I'm telling you the truth. Now, because that's one of their main techniques. The goal is to create the homelessness so the homelessness can be exploited in order to exploit the target. Now you can go to Google and YouTube and type in "learning disabled woman exposes and or explains criminal motivations of gang stalking," and you'll be able to witness what I know. Okay. Now the point being is this: today's date is October 19, 2014. October 22nd, I'm not going to be able to move any property because I'm going to be tied up and leaving La Jolla to go all the way downtown to San Diego in the Hall of Justice to deal with, to see if I do have a court date on that date. Now, the point, let's also see if anything happens inside the Hall of Justice, including any of my bags being stolen. See, because when you go in the Hall of Justice, you got to go through body scanners while your property is put on a conveyor belt. Once it's put on that conveyor belt, it then rolls all the way down past the guards, so people that have come in before me can pick up their property that was put on the conveyor belt. So we're going to see if anybody tries to grab my backpack, okay, and or my duffel bag that I carry with me, which is about the same size as this one. That's right. As a result of me being, now you can go to YouTube and you can type in "learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking inside the San Diego Hall of Justice." You'll literally witness the same exact identical verbal harassment in the Hall of Justice being caught on tape recorders and then uploaded the videos that was caught at UCSD. Flat out. Now, what am I making this video for? As a result of me preparing to move, which I've been doing every day as much as I can possibly fit it into my schedule, because I always got to make sure that I got food, obviously, grocery store trips. I also got to make sure that I'm able to go to libraries to charge up my power cells for my phone, because that way, if anybody tries, like when I wake up in the morning, I'll put on Twitter, let's see if anything happens to me today. And then if it happens, it'll show that another event that occurred towards me was predicted. In order to use that phone, I got to have power cells. So that interrupts my schedule as well. Plus, I can only move so much stuff on my bike, and listen to this. In the past 2.5 weeks, they have literally come up in here as I'm sleeping and have flattened my tires because they know I gotta move, because they're connected to the reason why I gotta move, no matter how much UCSD denies it. Let me tell you something right now. UCSD will never, ever, ever tell the truth that they know I'm being gang stalked. And in fact, what they'll probably do is take any or all of my videos and try and claim, look at how crazy Miss Williams is. Now she thinks we're gang stalking her. Really? They were given indisputable evidence on numerous occasions, okay, pertaining to me being gang stalked on their campus. Oh my God. And I said, oh my God, because they put bicycles up on the sidewalk to repeat certain words and phrases like gang stalk, oh my God. And that's their intentional way to make me feel mentally harassed, because they got to know I'm down here to do it. When it's actually just dummies who probably don't even know that I'm a woman down here. They're just told what to do. Anyways, the point being is that they know I don't have a car. They know the only thing I got is a bike. They know that in order for me to move property, any amount of property, okay, which you can only move so much on a bike, you gotta have the tires inflated. They came down up in here and literally slashed my tires 3 times within a 1.5-week period. Yeah, and I didn't realize it until after I woke up and got everything ready to move it, then went to go put what I was gonna move that day on the bike, and the tire was flat. Totally compromised. I lost at least 3.5 days of moving because of that, because by the time I got everything prepared to move, okay, the night before, At times it was late. As a result, I got to bed late, woke up late. Okay, then get outside of my, then I got to do everything I had to do in the morning, hiding my property every day. And so by the time all that got done and over with, I didn't think to check my tires when I first woke up. I hid my property, my sleeping bags and everything, then went to go put the stuff on the bike 3 separate times, tires flat. Point being is this. This right here, this duffel bag, has got a brand new tent that's the same exact identical type of tent and size, make and model as this one is. Let me show you what they did on February 28, 2014. They literally came up in here and slashed my tent. I had to fix it by putting bread ties, okay, to fix it. If you can picture the letter T, like T as in Tom, they slashed it that way. And this tent at that time had only been up 2 weeks. The point being is this. Okay, so this right here has got my backup tent, my tarp, my black weatherization sheets, like how you see black weatherization sheets on this one. It's got this all in one bag. That way, all I got to do the day I actually move, once the important property is moved, once the important property is moved, what I'm going to do is grab this bag. After, this bag is going to remain hidden here, completely out of sight. It's going to be the last thing that I carry to the other hiking area. Let me just put it to you this way. Right now, I got 2 sleeping bags over there that are being aired out. I got one there, a sleeping pad, and that's not including pajamas and pillow, okay, and flashlights and everything else. The point being is this: I'm going to have to use that big bag to carry as much as I can to another hiking area. Now, here's the point. Here's the meat and potatoes of this video. It's a prediction video. Now, if I gotta move from here, in order for me to be able to stay warm at night, for me to spend at least my first night at the new hiking area, which will be treated as an emergency one, what I gotta do, since I can only carry so much on my bike, is put 2 medium-sized sleeping bags and maybe the sleeping pad inside of that, along with because this bag has always got to be carried on me because it's got evidence in it. So that's one bag that's taking up the basket on my bike. No, I can squeeze some stuff that I got to move inside of it, but whatever helps. The point being is this: what I'm going to do is take 2 sleeping bags and the sleeping pad, okay, and other stuff that I can squeeze in that bag to the area I'm going to move to. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and grab the other 2 sleeping bags and then this bag. Now, what am I trying to say? Basically, what I'm trying to say is this: in order for me to be able to have all 4 sleeping bags with my tent, okay, I take 2 with me, I drop them off. I come back here to get the other 2, and then the tent, and the tent's not here, and that means that I'll have to stay here another night, and then only be able to use 2 sleeping bags that night, which means I'll be cold. The point, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that, let's see, on the day that I physically go to move out of here and spend, even though I had to come back and still get property that's going to be left behind, we're going to see if I once I start moving sleeping bags to that area, drop them off, then come back here to get the tent and the 2 remaining sleeping bags, okay, we're going to see if the tent and the 2 remaining sleeping bags are stolen. And the reason why I'm saying this is because these sick, twisted criminal fucks will do anything, excuse my language, to jam you up. Intentionally, okay? And make no mistake about it, they know where I hide my property, and I'm going to tell you why they know. You can go to Google and type in organized stalking or gang stalking and how they will enter your home and rearrange furniture, refold clothes in ways that you would never even think of holding them, rearrange things in the refrigerator, take things out of the refrigerator, put them on a counter, take blinds off the wall, throw them on the floor. This is their way to literally leave a calling card to intentionally, mentally let you know your house has been invaded. I have come home. See, when I leave here every morning, I put my 4 sleeping bags and other property inside of 2 separate bags, and then put those 2 separate bags inside of a 55-gallon industrial bag, and then completely hide it totally out of sight. I have come home on at least anywhere between 4 and 7 occasions, and the property was refolded in ways that I would never dream of concerning folding them. The bag that was on the top was put on the bottom, and the bottom bag was put on the top, and then the garbage bag, the industrial bag, was tied in ways that I would never dream of tying it. Alright, I gotta go. This video is literally almost 15 minutes long, so let's see if they do that. I'm in San Diego, California, La Jolla, and let's see if anybody arrives at the area that I'm going to drop property off at, which I'll be using at least for the first few nights. Thank you.